You're watching Sky Sports 3, your home of sport.
This rather wonderful piece of water behind me is the incredible Lac de Madine in the Meuse region of northern France. Carp anglers travel here from all around the world trying to catch some of the massive carp that live within its depths. The scene this evening is one of peace and tranquility, but tomorrow that will be shattered. 19 countries, 96 teams will turn up here to fish for one of the biggest titles in professional competition carp fishing. This is the World Carp Classic. It started off its life here at Madine before visiting such galactico lakes as Mons, the Orient, and more recently the amazing Lago di Bolsena in Italy. 2015 sees it return to its spiritual home of Lac de Madine, where some of the biggest names in the professional angling world will be battling it out for the title of champion and a share in the £70,000 prize table.
There will be lots of very experienced carp anglers here, especially the French, and lots of English guys and German used to grow up here on the Madine. They used to start European fishing at Madine, so they know the lake really, really well.
The World Carp Classic is the biggest event of the carp fishing, and it's the only way for have a competition in a family way, because we know every angler from every part of the world, and this is for a competition is really important.
I mean, it would mean the world, especially for Team USA to take home the trophy. Huge accomplishment.
2009, we had a result. Yeah, we won the competition. Thomas Dunlop and myself. Yep. So it's nice to be back. Weather's looking good. Sun's out. Hopefully the pressure will drop a little bit and the wind and the rain will come in, and yeah, hopefully we'll have another result.
You can win it last minute. I mean, obviously you can be unlucky, you can be lucky or whatever. I mean, but the matter of the fact is that there's 3 fish win. Makes me all excited, because you know, from previous events, you already kind of on the 4th, 5th day know which way it's going, but it is fishing in it. You just never know.
We hope to win it twice, and we will do our best, the best that we can. It would be a great honor for us to get that kind of achievement.
Going on behind me now is the draw, and this is one of the crucial parts of the World Carp Classic. All of the teams get together and go up onto stage one by one, where they pull out a canister from a net, and that will be the place that they fish for the next 5 days. Now, they will have their fingers crossed, because their choice of swim is absolutely crucial. However, it's random, so they can't choose where they want to go. They literally pull a number out, and that's where they've got to live for the next 5 days. Why is it important? Well, Madine is a massive piece of water. Some areas have more fish than others. However, there's been a change in the rules this year, where it's 3 fish that count, and peg choice is absolutely crucial.
So yeah, I'm all for it. I think the majority of the anglers here, before the draw, will also be a lot happier. Once the draw comes out, and depending on where people get, is as to whether they favour that side of the format or not.
The most important is draw. If you draw good, and then the free fish tactic is different to normal one, so it's going to be tricky one, because always there is some good spot draw by someone who, how to explain, doesn't understand the place, so not always the best swim will win, especially now with the tactic of free fish.
Big 3, I love it. Sort of less the other years at Madine. it was obvious which swims were going to win. And if we look at the situation now, it can all change in the last couple of hours of the competition. It's right on the top end of the section. It can't be better. We can only mess up now. But the fish are there, and we're gonna catch them. Not many fish, but big three.
Yes, we are happy. We didn't expect that we take the number one because the most of the best pegs are out, and my team with Daniel and Roberto are very happy to do this. So
if you could have chosen a peg beforehand, would it be this one?
I thought about that peg. You know, all the time is just one chance. Also this year is just one chance. Before, and the last event was pick and ditch. You can choose the peg. Maybe if it was two, if this one was the first, I leave one and I take the number one for sure. But we are happy and we'll do our best.
Very happy with it. I've fished that one before many times. It's in Pike Alley, does lots of fish.
Does it?
Lots
so
of
you're
fish.
in with a shout then?
It's the first time in all the competitions that I've fished I've got a good peg that's got some fish in it. So I'm really happy.
Come on. With the draw dealt with and the post decided upon, the competitors were left to gather together for national photographs, tactic talks, congratulations or commiserations on their peg choices, or simply to grab a beer and relax in readiness for the high-intensity week ahead. Competition day saw a misty dawn and anglers heading out to their posts all the way around the 46-kilometre shoreline. Many would leave by boat to the islands or far-flung outposts of this magnificent wild lake. Now, Madine's an absolutely massive chunk of water. We're out on a boat now visiting the island where the defending champions are waiting to meet their fate. Now, the island's a very, very popular choice and lots of people want to get onto it, but you know what? There's the dark side and the light side. The dark side traditionally doesn't produce that many fish, but it has been known to throw up one or two very big ones, so it still leaves it nice and open. This big open patch of water behind us, this is the main open water area, and the far end of the island, that's very, very popular. We know that there's 96 pairs from 19 different nations contesting for that place of champion. You know what? The island is that big. It houses 2 sections. 24 teams are competing for honours within this brilliant area. Well, here we are. The World Carp Classic is just about to kick off. Behind me on the floor, you'll see a yellow tube, and within that yellow tube is the rocket that signifies the start. This man here, this is the brainchild behind it all. We can hear it kicking off. Ross, 5 seconds. There we are.
Stand back.
And off we go. Likely to be a rather loud one. You may have noticed that as opposed to motorsport, where it's 3, 2, 1, go, in carp fishing things tend to be a little bit slower than that. It's 3, 2, 1, and then not so much happens because it is a long game, this. We've got 5 days of fishing for some of the biggest and most beautiful fish in France. On goes the life jacket, and the first thing that the guys will be doing is going out in the water. They're not allowed to go onto the water until this rocket signifies the start, and they'll be out there just finding out what depth they have in front of them, what the bottom is like, and then they can formulate a plan. But one thing that they do know is this area produces fish. So Chris, the rods are out. What's your game plan?
We was watching neighbors. They put lots of bait, the guys on the right hand side, so we've got one rod about 20 yards close to them with only handful of bait. This is not what we expected. We was thinking there will be like nice drop or something. There is about very tiny, from 2 meters to about 2.4. Very weedy, and then we find some small spots. Nothing perfect, but with this weather condition, with wind, which is blowing good, and I think it's going to be stronger, we got hope for nice fish. We got tactic with very small amount of bait, just few boilies, a little bit of hemp and pellet, and that's it. So we will see what's happened.
Rob, 1 rod out, day 1, another few to go, and you spent a fair bit of time looking for spots.
I have. I wouldn't say spots. It's now 5:20, and I think I've been out there for about 3 hours, so I've got maybe 2 spots. 1 definite, and obviously I've got the rod out there now. Yeah, it's so shallow. I mean, it's not as deep as I thought it would be. It's about 6 foot 2 metres.
That goes out for a long, long way out here as well, doesn't it?
Up to about the 250 metres. I'm fishing 249 metres or so.
Of course.
I'm not sure where the drop off is, but it's obviously further than we can go. So yeah, so it's taken a while. I mean, I've found 2 areas just past. There's a spongy weed. It's about 2 foot high in 6 foot of water. Other than that, it's pretty barren. I think you're aware of that from previous years. It's just mud flats. You know, it's relatively soft, so you just need to find as hard spots as you can.
It's interesting seeing the tactical game that goes on, because you have maximum 100 metres between each team.
Not even that, yeah, but yeah.
So some teams are going to bait heavy, some teams are going to go light, and you've gone light because your neighbours have gone heavy.
Yeah, because they got heavy, so we went light. You know, this is not 100%, but normally when you put lots of bait, there could be few fish you don't want, small carp or roach or bream, and in that area where the bait and big carps can go around, so that's why we try to be around and next to this big baited place of the neighbors. And a couple of spots. One is we think in shallow because it's only 2 meters, but it's really hard, and we've got underwater camera, so we find out big holes where the carp was digging for some food. And then another one on the 4 meters, which we said we baited heavy, is about 3 kilo of bait there.
We use ground bait because we hope that catfish come in the area. And when I swim, I see that a lot of big carp swim with catfish. So first of all, we put ground bait, lot of ground bait, because I think that big carp swim with catfish. So we are going to see what's happened.
Madine's an incredible piece of water, and we've got the head marshal that's responsible for looking after firstly the pegging and also the guy's safety. Now, Andy Chambers, firstly, great to see you. You've got a lot of experience on big waters like this. You've fished here as well yourself, so you know the lake pretty well.
I have done. I fished it probably nearly 10 years ago. But like I said, I fished loads of all the big waters around France.
Yeah.
It's not too difficult to fish. You know, you find the clear spots in the weed, and fish will find your baits, yeah.
One of the rules is that you're not allowed to go out any further than 250 metres, and if there's a team closer to you than 250 metres, it's halfway to them.
That's correct, yes.
And one of the favoured areas that everybody wanted was around this port area here.
Yeah.
Now, why is that? Why is this so good?
Well, obviously, everybody knows with ports and boats, the fish just find them attractive. There's food in there, and it's a safe haven for them. And Madine's not been no different in the past.
Andy Chambers was absolutely spot on. As the sun set for the first time, it was the port area that produced the first bite. Just looking in now on peg 23, just dropping dark on the first night here at Madine, and the guys in one of the favoured areas have got a carp on. They've just had an absolutely blistering take on the left-hand rod. They're fishing fairly short range, and this is the renowned beach area just on the entrance to the port. It's the area that's produced the biggest fish in the World Carp Classic ever. We just see there as we look over that the line has pinged out of some weed. The fish was on for a while. It was running to the left-hand side as they just got themselves ready, put their kit on and went out into the boat. It's not just a case of jumping straight into the boat. They have to get their safety gear on first, and that fish has gone behind a weed bed, moved to the right-hand side and swum a little bit further out into open water. But they're chasing it now. They're in hot pursuit, and we can just see the weed falling off the end of the rod as they get more of a direct contact on that fish. Rod bent over now, and there's a lot of weed in this area, and it's quite a strange weed. It's not what we would normally see in England. This is quite kelpy. It looks like seaweed, and it's quite tough. There are mussels in it as well, so they've got to be very, very careful. But I can see it just kicked back there, the rod tip kicked back, and the fish is probably still on. Anxious moments now as the guys watch from the bank, and oh no, they've lost it. Just came off in the weed. And they will be gutted about that, because that was the first bite of the World Carp Classic, and it's drama here on the first evening as the guys in peg 23 lose their first opportunity. Occasionally this happens, so we'll just go in and have a word. Now, my friend, I would be much happier coming to you saying congratulations, but I'm not.
Not congratulations. My brother, big one in the weed. In the weed, there's too much weed on this area, but it's good, or what do you say?
Yeah, he goes in the weed and stop, and it's a lot of weed and a little bit hard, you know, hard, and we gave pressure drug. No.
Unfortunately, it's not to be this time. I see your hand was shaking a little bit there. The emotion of the day. You know,
it's carp angling.
That's the first fish. How does carp fishing make you feel?
Yeah, okay, this is carp angling. Yes. We lose, we win.
Yeah, we must look. We must look, and this is the beginning at the games. The game is starting, and we must look, and we have good feeling. Also, good feeling. We have 2 bream at 2 hours and 1 carp. Nice.
So it's a good chance. It's tiger nuts. It looks a good rig. You have the poly ball on as well,
Yeah,
so it looks
we
good.
have catch a bream on boilie, and 1 of tiger nuts, and this I think it was a carp. Was a carp.
Definitely a carp.
Definitely.
Definitely a carp. So
we must look.
your place is very good. You have the harbour just to the right-hand side. There's, I think, a Slovakian team there, but you're only fishing short range, not too far away.
No. Maybe 50, 60 meters. You look the subfloat here.
Yep.
Subfloat outside is from carp spot here. Hey, it was fish on the top. Fish on the top. Here is the subfloat from carp spot. That's a red one.
Yeah.
And my brother, the white one here.
Maybe 40 meters.
Maybe 40 meters, and we have
this one 30 meters in the weed.
In the weed.
Okay.
And outside at 2,500 meters.
A little bit of mud, yeah.
Is a little bit mud, and we do it a new spot at Wednesday. Thursday,
Halfway through you move out and try this.
We go feed, and Wednesday and Thursday we go fishing. And we hope the big one is outside or is in the weed.
No problem.
We have good baits and we do it. The baits works and we give the best.
So we're confident and we've had a chance.
Okay,
there we go. Good luck, guys.
Bye.
That's it. That's the first bite of the World Carp Classic 2015. I'd love to tell you it was a fish, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. But you can see the guys, they've got the game heads on. They're going to be getting that straight back out again. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if come morning there's going to be a fish on the bank in this peg. Here we have the first fish of the tournament for Daniele, Riccardo and Roberto in peg 1, the Carpella section. This is the end peg at the very, very, very left-hand end of the lake as we look at it from the main control area. And we believe this fish is a magnificent 21 kilos. So we know that you have to get 3 fish. Nobody has yet caught 3. There are a number of teams that have just caught 1, but this was the first fish of the tournament, and it came in at just over 21 kilos. So peg 1 now, Daniele, Riccardo and Roberto from Italy, and we have an absolutely magnificent fish here. Guys, let's crouch down and just have a look at this fish. 21 kilos of fantastic Madine common carp. What time did this go off?
Got the 2 o'clock in the night, and we had this amazing fish. Really big look. It's an amazing common. We are starting well. It's the first fish. It's a fish of a good size. So we see what's happening the next during the week.
Fantastic. Just while we're chatting away, if you can lift it up so the guys at home can see what the fish is like. This is what Madine fish look like. This is an absolutely stunning common carp, 21 kilos. So in English money, this is just over 46 pounds. How did you catch this?
We catch it with 24 mil boilies, just bottom, and single one, with 20 boilies around. Not a lot of bait because you are starting to see where the fish is. So we are not giving a lot of bait, just trying to do with the small and right side, you know.
How did you catch the fish?
With the fish on this kind of rig is a 45-pound Dyneema, size of hook number 2, and with this kind of boilies is a source of 24 mils.
And you make these yourself? These are fresh?
Yes, these are fresh. We made from the mix, the base mix, but with fresh egg, and you know, when it's made at home, it's made by hand, it's different. We are not giving a lot of bait. We are just giving 20, 30 single boilies. For not make too much action, because we are still searching for the carp, and tonight we had the result with that nice fish, so we are just waiting the next night.
And you have 4 rods. Do you fish them at many different places or close together?
We are fishing with 2 rods in the middle of the lake in a channel of 2 meters, and the rest the 2 rods are in the opposite side, and they are in 1 meter 80 centimeters of water.
As you can see, we have a nice pack, we have a lot of water in front, so yes, we are happy.
Tell me, where did you catch the fish?
We catch the fish in the water. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Excellent, that's what we like to see. Now, you're very, very competitive ladies anyway. There's a lot of big anglers here anyway.
That's for sure.
However, you've won it once already, haven't you?
Yes, we have, 2 years ago. But this is a different lake, Madine. It's very new for us, first time. But we love it. I think it's different. We bait it like we always do, with several ingredients. So we have particles, we have boilies, and we mix it. We make a very nice dinner for the carp, I think.
And here we are, the Polish team in Peg 11 on the Carpella section. A fish from the early hours of the morning, and the 4th fish from this section. So this appears to be where the carp are at the moment. It's an absolutely fantastic bay. Normally no fishing allowed in this area, but the whole area has been opened up especially for the World Carp Classic. Looking across the lake, probably 300-400 yards. Nice breeze blowing out from left to right as we look at the picture. And the Polish guys here, very happy with their first fish. It's not been weighed yet, so we don't know exactly what the weight is. But if we have a look, we can see it's a mirror. And this is the weighing procedure. What happens when fish are caught is the marshals are called. The weigh sling, which is the big sling the guy has got there, the head marshal has that. That is put onto the scales. The scales hang on a tripod, and the weight is put to 0. The competitors will check that to make sure they're happy that it says 0 on it. And then the fish is placed carefully into the weigh sling, as we see now. So now the whole thing will be brought over. The fish will be lifted gently onto the weigh sling, and the marshal will call out the weight. The competitors will check that to make sure that they're happy with that weight, and it will be recorded on the score sheet, then reported back to base. So here we have the moment of truth. The fish is lifted up. We know that there has been a 21-kilo fish out. First fish of the tournament. That is the race leader at the moment. Now everybody looks. 13-kilo 300. Is that weight agreed? That weight is agreed. So this is 13-kilo 300. This is the second biggest fish of the tournament so far. Oh! Peg 23 now. We've had quite a blustery day today, but it's calmed down a little bit. The boats are back out on the water. It's going to be a lovely evening, and we see a fish in the net of the boat at Peg 23. We're not sure if it's a carp yet. We're going to have a look. It doesn't look like it's a carp. There was a shake of the head there. So we saw the guys yesterday losing one just before dark. The wind's blowing in here absolutely beautifully. It looks a great place to be. And as we look at that landing net there, we can see a load of the kelpweed just hanging over the end of that net. And that will cause them some problems. And there we see it in the net. It is absolutely, definitely 100% a pike. I've just seen a big set of jaws and a fine set of gnashes poking out the front there. And it's interesting to see that he's got a white boilie out. It was tiger nuts yesterday. It's a white boilie today. And that pike has taken that bait off the bottom. It's hooked cleanly in the mouth. And if this was the World Predator Classic, that would be worth quite a few points, actually, but sadly it's the World Carp Classic, and pike count for absolutely nothing here. White pop-up, clean in the top lip. Bang, no messing with that. But again, World Predator Classic, very good news. World Carp Classic, not very good news at all, I'm afraid. So that one pops back in again. The excitement is over for the time being. As the sun set for the second time after a quiet day, the teams waited in anticipation of action. And it didn't take long for the big fish to get on the feed.
It's very nice fish, long distance, we catch it on a fish meal bowlie. Perfect bait. Very nice fish.
What do you think of your chances then? You need to get 3. You've got 1 big one now. That's going to be counting.
It's the 5th time we're fishing it, and one time we were 5th overall, 12th overall, and we catch 20 kilo fish much. So I think we have a chance now.
Oh, we're really excited. First photo was catfish, so we wasn't so happy in the beginning. We are now really confident. Obviously, it's still just started, but you know, nice fish for beginning is great.
Well, a big fish like that as well really counts. Nice to get 1 on the board, but a big fish makes a big difference. And you've got a bit of a battle going on as well. You were first last year, but the team that was second, they're chasing at the moment, and they've just caught a bigger one as well. So they are now first and you are second.
Yes, it's Hans. Hans, good luck.
You know,
maybe not so.
It will be difficult with us, you know that.
He's got us swim. We really wanted 63. He went straight after us and he got that 63. But as you can see, this is not bad as well. We know his swims look a little bit better than ours, but he's fishing, so you never know what could be there. It's still about 4 nights to go. Hans, we're not going to give up.
So let's talk about this friendly rivalry, because everybody gets on very well with each other. But what would it mean for you to rub his nose in it for a second time?
We will probably text him every day to remind him who is the boss. But he's a good man, but I can only imagine how you can feel when he was second twice. So obviously we're gonna make him 3rd time second.
Within minutes of the Polish success came news of American success, and 2 fish graced the banks for Team Carp Connections. I had a chance to catch up with them the following day.
Oh, I feel proud. I feel proud of my team.
Yeah.
Larissa Switlik and Matty Curves. We done it before in separate trios within the Carp Connections team, and we decided to put these guys together, and they're working hard, and we're doing fine.
We're definitely
so far.
Definitely a powerful force, the 3 of us, and we're working really well together, and it's definitely a lot of skill behind it, and our tactics, you know, we're going after the big fish, and so far we've been doing really well, and the plan is to keep our lead, you know, and intimidate the rest of the teams.
Well, there's a bit of friendly rivalry going on between you and some of the other teams. Have you got any result or any messages that you can give out?
Well, what I have noticed is that with the new rules about the big 3 thing, the big 3, you know, you need to catch the 3 biggest fish, that's what counts. All of a sudden what we see is that the formerly champions are starting to compete between each other, and that's somehow maybe a bit of proof that actually carp fishing and enduros are about skills, about endurance, about water sense and stuff like that. Before it was just the lucky swim, what always everybody says about a competition. You draw the lucky swim and you have the most weight, but that's what you do when you're going roach fishing for an event. Now we're actually really fishing for the big carp at Madine, where the big carp are, and all of a sudden you see that there's certain names coming back in the leaderboard. I must say, Bianca and Lisette, they caught big fish. They were former champions. I mean, Christoph, he's catching big fish, a former champ. And we are catching big fish, and we're the future champ.
There we go.
Morning dawned with just 3 more fish being recorded, but the size and pedigree were impressive. Frontrunners Venomer and Benders were one of the successful teams, keeping them well and truly in the race. Ladies, we meet again. It's becoming a bit of a habit. Every time we meet, you've got a fish.
Yeah, how awesome is that, Rob?
I must say, it's a great place in front of you. You've got one of the bays. It's a long way to the far side. You're not allowed to go all the way over there.
No.
Whereabouts are you picking these fish up? Is it halfway over in the channel, in the margins? Where?
Yeah, between 50 meters and 250 meters. There is no pattern yet for us. It's very important to use our fish finder because that shows the free spot. As you can see, a lot of reed here in the front. So that's what we need. And it's Bianca's job. She always finds the right spots.
Yes. Well, you're doing a very good job on that.
Yes,
absolutely.
you do.
You've had 3 fish now. There's only 2 teams that have caught 3. Yes. It's the big 3 that count, so you're doing very well on that score.
Thank you.
Hans, would you like to beat him?
Definitely. It would be an honor for us to win again. I mean, we did it 2 years ago, so we will give everything to try it again.
We're a friend of Hans. We like him very much. We've seen him the past 2 competitions and on his beautiful resort. So no, it's okay. It's a fair game.
And we like that he also has 3 fish already.
Yes.
I mean, he works very hard for the fish.
Yes.
We know it.
Congratulations.
So
Team Spain now, peg 50, bird hide swim. Beautiful amount of open water in front of them, fishing up to some weeds just down here, and what an absolutely stunning creature they've just had. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a monster, really. A really old, scaly looking fish, the kind of fish that everyone wants to catch from this lake. Fran caught it, so I'll ask him again. Fran, ¿cómo era el pez?
El pez era súper.
Yeah, so it was a very strong fish. It was running for the weed. We kept trying to get it in, but it was resisting. But in the end, we managed to overcome the beast, and we have it now in the back of the net. So happy days.
Well, that's it. One on the leaderboard. That's 20 kilos there or thereabouts. You could do with 50 kilos plus to be in with a shout of a win on this.
Yeah.
We've got 2 teams already on 3. Have you got another 2 fish in you, do you think?
I think we've got another 2 fish. The wind's changed now, so it has changed our sort of swim, but we'll do our best. The sun's coming out, the fish might be coming close to the bank, swimming in the shallower water, maybe sunbathing in those last days before sort of autumn really takes its toll, so we've got every chance. Why not? Maybe you'll be seeing us again soon.
Absolutely, let's hope so, because you know what, it's lovely and sunny over this side. We're out the wind, it's on our backs, blowing over the top, the sun's in the face. This is a lovely place to be. Opposite end of the pond this morning, freezing cold, little bit of rain. I wasn't overly happy. Sun always shines on the righteous, the sun always shines on the Spanish. This is the place to be at the moment. Fish number 2, is it from the same place?
Yes, the same place, the same clock, but small the fish. Fish is small.
But we see a pattern developing now, the same place, the same time.
Yes.
Good for tomorrow.
Maybe. I think this maybe little big.
What are your tactics?
Only, I think, 10 boilies, only big boilies, and this is our tactic.
Do you see any fish jump?
No fish.
Can you tell me anything else?
Good luck, everyone. Poland.
Guys, you look very tired. Hectic and busy night last night.
Yes, we are having the most of the fish in the night, so we can't sleep, and during the day it's also hard. The last night we had 3 fish from 10 kilo, another one of 14.5, and the biggest was 19.2. But we are starting to have the fish also in the middle of the lake, in the deepest water, and around 1.7.
Okay.
Which is the deepest at the moment.
So you are now very close. What is the difference between first place and you?
I think so
it's 3 kilo.
3 kilos?
3 kilo.
And your small fish is 17 kilo?
Yeah, 14 and a half.
14 and a half, okay. So
we are working.
And the small fish, Larissa team, is 18.1 or 18.2, I think.
Okay.
We have to work for a bigger fish than that one, you know.
How big do you need?
Will be a good fish up to 18 for sure.
Okay, so anything above 18?
Anything above 18.
It's very close now. And what about Lisette and Bianca just behind you?
They will follow us. Before we were at the 3rd position, and now we are 2nd. Maybe tomorrow can change. We hope no, but you know, day by day the competition will change.
We speak with Hans and Larissa and Mate, and they say of all the teams in all the lake, they are concerned about you 3.
Why they say that?
They think you are the ones that will catch them.
Okay.
What do you say to that?
I know that also there are good angler. I know Hansing from along here, so it's nice to see that kind of fisherman in that situation, you know, because you have the right peg, the right angler in the right moment, you can have a good result.
I have many respect for all the team in this competition, and for me it's a pleasure. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, no problem. Tomorrow is another day.
First, second, third, no problem, but number one, it would be good, yeah?
Yeah.
So, ladies, 2 more nights left. Are you ready?
We're ready for for this night. We're ready now. Everything is fresh in, and we're excited because we changed our techniques a little bit.
Tell me about the changes.
What's most important is we really like to catch some more big fish, because you saw the ladder and of the leader list, and yes, we need some more big fish.
Yes, so we changed the baits, make the baits a bit bigger than it was. So we're taking a bit of a risk because we don't know if it works. We didn't test it yet, but we have to take a risk if we want to win. So that's why we do it. Yeah.
So all is calm, all is ready.
Yes.
What time do you make your changes? A lot of people now I see are in boats on the water, which to me, just when you were coming into bite time, seems a strange choice.
Yeah.
How many hours before dark do you start?
We start rebaiting at 12. And 12, 1, how do you call it in English? In noon?
Midday.
Noon, midday. And that's always our test tactics, because at that time frame we think the carp isn't eating a lot. So that's why we change it and then put it in and let it rest, and hopefully it works.
It's nice looking around everywhere, and other people now are working. You're very tranquil.
Yes. But also in the morning, our neighbor was rebaiting this morning at 7 o'clock. It's also...
This is bite time.
Yeah, it's bite time. Yeah.
For us,
especially
we
here.
think, yes.
It's remarkably that at Lake de Madine the fish only bites during night times. At about 8 in the evening until 8 in the morning, and then it's
finished.
Quiet, yeah. It's remarkable.
Gents, couple of fish on the score sheet and flying the flag for England.
That's right.
Certainly
yeah,
are.
definitely.
What's the tactics at the moment?
Just keep on trying.
just keep working hard. Just keep working.
Let's have a look at it on the bank. It's fair to say that you're not quite fishing your rod butts right next to your bed chair.
No, only about 80 yards away from the bivvy to the rod, so...
Spirits seem high in the England camp.
Always are.
Always are, yeah. Yeah, got to be.
Till we get a bit whingy later when we get really fatigued. So now that we had a couple of fish on the bank, our energy sort of picked up a bit more, so that's really made me happy.
It's finding out where the fish are, how they're feeding, and all the rest of it, really.
Gents, good start for you, and you've caught one.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Yeah, not too shoddy, but yeah, long way to go still, a couple of days. But hopeful, because there's fish in the spots and the baits are disappearing. So we've got a chance, an outside chance, but it's there.
The area that was a bit of a hump is now completely cleared of silt, and all the shells are showing through. So and I've had a mist take off of there as well, so it's looking spot on for tonight.
First trip to Madine, it's been a good experience, a lovely venue. Good to see fish coming out all over the lake and waiting their turn, hopefully. So
nothing yet then?
Very nice. No, nothing yet. A few bream, lots of small fish getting in on the particles and small baits. I think they'd eat anything, actually.
Well, gentlemen, a fish for one of the English teams and a good start for you, Jacko.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, it's always nice to get the first one under the way. All we've got to do now is catch 2 more big ones, and we're in with a shout, you know. But it's, the pressure's off when you caught one. You know, I mean, Tim's found a spot where he can get a bite, so hopefully, it's down to Mr. Carp now. Just wait for the next bite to come along, hopefully.
Good fish as well. It's a counter too, Tim, and you've had another bit of an occurrence too, so you're confident of more action?
Hopeful. You're never confident with these things, are you? But it's nice to find somewhere where they'll pick a bait up. You know, we've been plugging away at it for 3 days, and suddenly it turned up last night and there was another occurrence of some sort. So there are carp visiting the spot, so let's hope there's 1 or 2 more like what we're offering them.
Peg 52 now, and the Austrian pairing of Victor Lehmer and Andreas Gummler, and the crowds are gathering to look at something very, very special indeed. The boys have landed the biggest fish of the tournament so far. This is 26.2 kilos, and if it stays as the biggest fish, this will land them a prize of £1,000 and a load of goodies from the various different sponsors. Well, it's first thing in the morning, and you'll see that we're on the water heading out to the far-flung reaches of Lac de Madine. The competition is very nearly over. It finishes at 8 a.m. So the guys haven't got too much time left if they want to be in with a chance of winning a fantastic title. What has happened over the night? Well, whereas the night before last virtually nothing happened with the leaders, last night I can tell you that all three swapped places. All three caught fish, and all three caught fish that count towards their final total. The Italians, they were in second. They caught a 15-kilo fish. However, it wasn't enough to take first. The ladies, Lisette and Bianca, they were in third. They did catch a fish. It was enough to put them up into second. It was a 22-kilo carp. My word, Sissing, could he be second for a third time? That would be incredible. We're just on the way there now, and you'll notice that throughout the course of this program, we've not been able to get out on the bank and see them much, because if you look behind me, you can see why. They're in the woods over here. This is an area called a dark side, because the only way you can get to it is by boat, and of course we can't disturb the competitors too much. There they are, you see the stars and stripes flying. They've got 15 minutes left. All ears and eyes are not on these guys at the moment, but on Venema and Benders. If they catch another one and it's big enough, they could retake the lead. If they don't, these guys will be World Carp Classic champions 2015. Well, here we have it, 30 seconds left in what has been an absolutely incredible battle out here at Lac de Madine. We're in what we think is likely to be the winning team, Kerfs, Switlik and Sissing. They've led all the way through this competition. There was a little blip last night when the Dutch girls Venema caught, my word, that went with a fair old bang. They caught a big fish, but that is it. There we go. We think these guys are in the lead. We just need to check that the other girls haven't caught anything. We've not heard anything on the radio, is that it? That's it. There we go. Guys, World Carp Classic champions. Celebrations there. It's unofficial at the moment, and just till we check the 20-minute rule. Hans there, rather smoothly taking the neck off a champagne bottle with his knife. He's done that before. And there it is. New champions.
America!
Guys, well, there we have it. That's it. That has got to be a massive relief. Brilliant, brilliant result. Larissa, as team captain, what have you got to say for that?
I'm speechless right now. I mean, it was one of those, I didn't think it was going to happen. I made some bets that I really didn't think that we were going to win, so now I'm going to have to pay up. I'm not going to look forward to that, but no, it's awesome. I mean, to be world champion, especially in Team USA, I couldn't have done it without these two. I mean, Carp Connections and this team, we fished really, really well together, and that's what did it. I mean, this didn't even feel like we were doing a competition. This felt like we were on a fishing holiday, because most importantly, we had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs.
We saw a few times you had fun. Mate, we've got to talk about that fish last night. That, you know, you were being chased. It was very, very close. Yeah. You've been at the leaderboard all the way through, but you hear that the girls catch another big fish and you hit back immediately with another big one as well. Good feeling, eh?
Yeah, it was a good feeling, but I knew that that has to be a big fish for sure. And yeah, I'm not scared that we lost the first position.
It is team effort. We prepared well, and we motivate each other. So no, it was cool. It was really great.
2 seconds over the last 2 years. Now we're first.
2 seconds, last 2 years. Well, that's second position, first position. So what else is that? What other goals are there to set?
Absolutely. You've been very consistent, haven't you? Up
Yes.
there, very, very consistent. But it must be nice to put that tick in the box.
Yes.
At last. What have you got to say to anybody else watching this?
What I've got to say is buy a ticket for next year and compete us, because we're going to defend this one.
Well done, guys. Have your moment of glory. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Madam, sir, well done. Well, there we have it. That is the end of an absolutely magnificent World Carp Classic out here at Madine. worthy winners, very well celebrated, an absolutely sterling job they've done, and next year the Classic moves over to the Czech Republic. From me until then, see you soon.